Yeah, let me go ahead and get in here. Today we're going to break down fight predictions on an upcoming fight tonight between Earl, the Truth, Spence Jr., and Mikey Garcia. Um, I really like Mikey Garcia. I have a great deal of respect for him for asking for this fight. This fight is not a fight that a lot of people within the welterweight division wanted to take or even wanted to see themselves take. I mean, who really wants to see themselves out in a knockout reel? Hey, Annie L, Master M, shout out to Master M in the building. This isn't a fight that a lot of individuals, what's up, Carmella? This isn't a fight that a lot of people wanted to take. We're going to go and break down some stuff. I want to get into the weight today and talk about how they came in on weight today. Dina Marie, shout out to you in the building. We're talking boxing today. Tomorrow we got politics. But today is a special day. Today, the Truth, Errol Spence Jr. will be defending his title against Mikey Garcia. This is a very, very big fight, man. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to do this.
Please be mindful this show is for 18 years of age and older. All copyright laws will be respected, but this show is intended to use the Fair Use Act of it. Thank you very much. Please do remember that the New Right Party channel and the New Red Party show is sponsored by patriots like you. And as long as you're sending these donations, it allows me to create the content that will continue to make these motherfuckers sick. As you were.
Versus the family and my family entertainment and his team no sleep. Flossy high and yeah we made it. The haters keep on hating on the songs that we be making, and I heard they want my soul. Illuminati wanna take it. Versus the family and my family entertainment and his team no sleep. Flossy high and yeah we made it. The haters keep on hating on the songs that we be making, and I heard they want my soul. Illuminati wanna take it.
CEO, bullshit, paying for the pussy, I endorse it. Riding through the city, that's my off.
Please.
Yeah, YouTube is so used to hating on my channel, man, that they're going to lie and tell you that there's a certain amount of people viewing when there's absolutely more. This is a political channel for those who are just coming and checking it out. And because I am a black man that speaks the absolute honest truth, when it comes to what's going on in politics, this channel is censored. It's censored more than any other channel that I can think of. But it's okay, because today we're talking boxing. And Earl, the Truth, Spence Jr. will be defending his title tonight against Mikey Garcia. This fight the only fight that could be bigger than this year is if Earl fights Terrence Crawford, or if Deontay Wilder fights Anthony Joshua. Other than that, I don't see a fight this year. If Earl ends up fighting Pacquiao at the end of the year. But I couldn't see a more exciting fight this year than this current one. And it's because of how the media has been building up Mikey Garcia. They've been making him seem as if he actually has a chance. And I mean, I guess when you're doing this and you have to, make the fight and you got to sell the fight, you got to make the other guy look like he has a chance. Now, of course, I'm an Errol Spence Jr. fan, but I'm also a Mikey Garcia fan. I thought Mikey Garcia was going to defeat Adrian Broner, and he did. I had him defeating Robert Easter Jr., and he did. I had a video prior to this. I broke down my thoughts on it. And we're going to go into Errol Spence's Instagram today. We're going to go into the weigh-in today, and what he's expected to come in the ring as later on today. We're going to go over some of his boxing, Errol Spence Jr.'s boxing and his sparring, just to show you some technique and to show you why is it that I don't think Mikey is going to last past the 10th round. I don't think that this is going to go to a decision. I don't think that Mikey has what it takes, but I don't want to. Okay, Frank Docs, shout out to you. I don't think that Mikey has the ability to win even in points. And I'm gonna break it all down to you, and I'm gonna explain to you why. And I'm gonna show you why Errol is different than other fighters that Mikey has fought. I don't want people to think that I'm against Spanish fighters. I'm Puerto Rican and black. It's impossible for me to be against anyone black and or Spanish. That just sounds stupid as fuck. But I don't like how just the media in general, how they try to always discredit the black fighters. And what this shows you is just how it's just how biased old media is. Okay, ESPN puts out an article. Errol Spence is in a no-win-win situation, but that's absolutely false. He's beating an undefeated champion. He's on pay-per-view. He's making a ton of money doing it. And once he does defeat and stop Mikey Garcia, then and assuming that he does do it in the fashion that everyone is thinking he's going to do it in, it's just going to show people why Errol Spence is actually greater than what people think they are. Because they're building Mikey up and they're telling you that Mikey has a great IQ, he's a great boxer, he has great ability, he has great timing, that he has great speed, great foot movement. So Errol Spence can't be taking a loss if he's fighting someone with so much, with so many abilities, and for someone that they're building up with so much accolade. Make sure that they hear me out there. Now I want to go to the weigh-in first, so let's go peep the weigh-in so we can hear that.
You're out, but you never slept.
Very cordial.
Sleep, man. What do you mean?
Very cordial. You seen Errol went up, shook his hand. First person to want to weigh in, though. And let me explain to you why. Because Errol don't want to be there. Errol wants to fight. He quickly stripped. He was the first one there. You didn't have to wait. No one had to ask who's going to go first. He wasn't all Hasidity with, I'm the champion, you go first, I go last. He doesn't care about none of that shit. He went in. He made sure that he did the weigh-in. He wanted to get it over with, get it done with. And he also put on a lot of Mexican colors on his uniform. He doesn't do the Floyd Mayweather sombrero, comes in and taunts the Mexican fans like Floyd did. Mikey looks in great shape. Mikey does look in great shape, but Mikey does not look like he's done the core training absolutely needed for this fight. Quick weigh-in. Spence came in at 155. Mikey came in at 150. So you can suspect that they'll put on another 5 pounds for hydration. So Errol will come in at 160. Mike will come in at 153, 155. I'm not sure if Mikey's going to be over 155. I don't know if he's going to make it to 155, to be honest with you. Mikey doesn't really walk around that heavy. I did get this from ES News, even though I feel like he's a fanboy. He does a lot of fanboy shit. But I had to think about it, and maybe it's because ES is actually getting the accessibility to Mikey. Maybe that's why he's there so much. I don't know. But we're gonna get into something that Errol Spence said during the first face-off. As you can see, this is his certified Instagram account, Errol Spence Jr. He's going to be at the AT&T Stadium in Dallas. This will be live. Lots of talk, lots of bullshit. But I'm going to tell you something. They're trying to make Mikey look taller than what he is. But if you look at his sneakers, you see that there's a good 2 inches on those sneakers that he's wearing. Errol's still taller than him. Has a good height advantage over him. You can just tell by shoulder to shoulder. That's going to play a major key and a major part to this fight. Mikey does look in shape, though, and he does look like he's taking it serious, and I'm glad he is, because in all respect due to Mikey and his camp, I believe Mikey's going to get his ass seriously whooped later on tonight. That's what I believe. That's my honest-to-God opinion on this fight. Errol Spence again. But I want to show you what he said when he said at the weigh-in, and I take this to be very serious. I don't take this to be to be a game. Ripped. Errol Spence looked so fucking ripped and prepared for this fight. You could tell that he did not take Mikey Garcia light at all. He did all the work and the training necessary and needed for this fight, and I am so excited for it. I'm telling you, I've been watching anything and everything on this fight that's been put out there, that's been talked about, that people have been talking about. This fight is just going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Now look at Errol Spence. I want you to see what Errol Spence says when he's done. He want to fight. I'm gonna fuck him up. Watch. One more time. I'm gonna fuck him up. Watch. You know the one thing I don't see Errol doing when he was fighting Kell Brook. Kell Brook was talking the most shit. I mean, Kell was talking so much shit. He was talking so much shit. He was just like, oh my God, he was talking so much. I'm gonna give you brownies. Earl was so humble. He didn't seem bothered by the antics of Kell Brook. He seems bothered by the antics of Mikey Garcia. I think that he's definitely offended that Mikey Garcia believes that he has such a chance to win this fight. And I also believe that he feels offended that there was so much trash talking within his camp during training camp, with his nephew saying he's going to knock out Errol Spence, you know, this, that, and the third. First of all, his nephew isn't a fucking fighter, okay? His nephew is not a fighter. His nephew isn't even a trainer. He was working pads this time for Mikey around, but he hasn't worked with a bunch of fighters and felt them hitting the pads before anything else like that. I believe that Earl feels like most black fighters that reach the height of their career starts to feel when the media, the liberal white media, starts to go against you. I mean, and they will. And the thing to his success is he has to own this. He has to own it. He has to accept it, because the white liberal media will never accept a true black champion. They've hated on Floyd Mayweather for so long. I mean, even when he was Pretty Boy Floyd and he was whooping people out in spectacular fashion, and he wasn't just relying on defense and skill and cunning, he was actually producing a onslaught offense on his enemies. They were still against him. People like Larry Murch, I mean, the whole HBO. That's why he had to get out of that contract, and he got away from them, because there was no true support from HBO. And everyone that he fought, they always tried to make him the underdog, when in all actuality, he really wasn't. Now, here it is. All the true fighters, majority of them are going for Errol Spence Jr. The majority of them. Just a few, a very handful, talked and gave Mikey the fight, or gave him a chance. But most people that you hear that predicted this fight, that's doing the fight predictions, we're going to go and check out that as well through the Mayweather boxing channel. And these are people that were there. I mean, Leonard Ellerbe, he's been a part of Floyd Mayweather's camp for ever, since he started. He's been there, you know, in his corner, had his back. And Leonard Ellerbe knows boxing. All of the current fighters currently right now do not have Mikey winning this fight. None of them does. None of them does. I believe that although Sugar Ray Leonard was one of my favorites, I believe that Sugar Ray Leonard is actually a bit jealous of the current boxers that's boxing right now. He came out and said that he would beat Floyd. How would you know? I mean, he compared Floyd to, I believe, his father or his uncle when he was talking. Very disrespectful in terms of it. But I believe that he's jealous because of Floyd's accomplishments. And I believe that he holds that kind of resentment towards new and up-and-coming fighters, especially black fighters. He may have beat Duran, but the first time Duran beat his ass. And also, Errol has come out and said that if he could fight any one of the legends, he would like to fight Sugar Ray Leonard. So obviously Errol feels as if he can beat Sugar Ray Leonard. He can beat Marvin Hagler. There's a reason why he said these things. You know, he feels like he's a throwback fighter and he has the ability to whoop them out. And I believe that Sugar Ray Leonard coming out and saying that he's for Mikey is just a slap towards Errol because he doesn't really appreciate anything that the young boxers are actually doing. Okay. We're going to go to Adrian Broner first. We're going to listen to what Adrian Broner had to say. Adrian Broner has been in the ring with both of them, and there are reports that Adrian Broner was knocked out by Errol and sparring.
The only pay-per-view star right now after Mayweather and Pacquiao to have his own event headline.
I mean, you know, I'm just blessed to still be in the position I'm in. You know,
he's not the only one because see, this is the slight that I'm talking about towards Errol Spence. Errol Spence's current fight tonight is a pay-per-view fight. This fight is pay-per-view. So Adrian Broner is not the only one to have his own pay-per-view fight since Floyd Mayweather. Errol Spence Jr. has a pay-per-view fight tonight. He costs $80 to watch the fight. So that's just not right.
After that last fight, you know, I guess people thought he was gonna knock me. What's up, my brother? What's up with y'all?
I'm seeing you here.
Let's get to it. I want to get to what he talks about.
Popularity growth.
A lot, man. It's like.
What do you think about the fight behind you, the poster? What about the fight tomorrow? What do you think?
Errol gonna stop him. I don't see it going past 4. They ain't gonna let him hurt that boy. Come on, man. What do they got to lose? He lose the fight, gets stopped. He go back down and dominate his division.
What did you think of Porter Hughes last week?
Honestly, I thought Porter lost. And that's my opinion, honestly. I thought Porter lost.
Now that comes from somebody who's felt the power of both individuals. He's felt the power of Errol Spence, and he's also felt the power of Mikey Garcia. Okay? He's felt the power of both individuals. He's felt that he knows what it feels like. He's telling you that it's not going to go past the 4th round. I'm giving Mikey the benefit of the doubt, and I'm saying that he won't make it to the 10th. I believe that Mikey will come out the 4th round. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you why Mikey is not going to win this fight. Mikey likes to fight on the outside. Anyone who's watched his fights, they already know Mikey likes to fight on the outside, and he has a great ability to counterpunch. When you're a counterpuncher, you need space. You need space in between you and the individual so you can actually move and counter, okay? You have to be able to move and counter in order to be a counterpuncher. When you're a counterpuncher, you're not up close because when you're up close, it's too much. There's too much mixing going on. There's too much touching going on for you to be that good of a counterpuncher. The only counterpuncher I've ever seen counterpunch mid-range and close-up is Floyd Mayweather currently. Mikey Garcia does not have the same boxing IQ as Floyd Mayweather. He is nowhere near the same as Floyd Mayweather. I'm going to tell you that offhand right now. He does not have the skill. He doesn't have the defensive capability and all the offensive capability. I want to see some sparring with Spence, and I want to show you just great footwork. I want to show you great footwork. Okay, let me shrink myself on this screen. Or maybe I don't have to, but let me just go ahead and let me check. Let me shrink myself just a little bit. All right. Shrink myself just a little bit on the screen. Okay. Now I want to show you something that Errol does that's important, and this is the main reasons why I don't give Mikey the chance that everyone else is giving him. This is not because I dislike Mikey Garcia. I think that he's very brave and he's a very good and skilled fighter. I just don't believe that he's elite enough to beat Errol Spence Jr. I don't. I think that Mikey picks and chooses. Whenever he moved into the division to go for a belt, it was against a champion, true, but it wasn't against an elite champion. It was against people that he saw that he could actually beat. Now, he thinks he can beat Errol. He has a track record of picking and choosing good opponents to beat. I just think that this was a grave mistake that he made, and I'm going to show you why during this sparring match between Ashley and Errol right now. Okay, let's get into it. Now, Errol controls the range. Whenever someone punches, he's either punching at the person that's punching, like punching their gloves. You see how he's tapping his glove? You see how he's tapping his glove? He's not giving him a chance to punch. Errol only allowed him to touch him, I believe, because he wanted to feel what his power was like. Now watch as Errol makes sure that he keeps his foot to where his opponent's foot is, and he follows him. He controls the space of the fight. He controls the pace of the fight. He doesn't allow his opponent to advance too much, to have too much engagements happen. As you can see, he keeps his hands up. He uses his hands to block. And he controls the space, the pace. He goes in when he wants to. And then he knows how to work that body, people. Trust me. He knows how to. You're going to see Ashley get touched to the body, and you're going to see that Ashley's going to be hurt. And if you can hear it, it looks light. But they're touching each other. Errol's controlling the space. Good work. Good work on both ends. In sparring, the idea is to give good work, but it's not the idea to really try to hurt your opponent. You know, so they're not really fighting. They're good enough. They're good enough. I see it. I see that they're trying to kill my channel. I see what they're trying to do. It's just, you know, YouTube has hate for me. It's all good. We don't really care about that. We're here. I love everyone that's here. I love every last one of you that is here. So we're here already. Controlling the space. Using his glove to block. Using his glove to block. Using his glove, see? Coming in over. So he's making the correct adjustments. He's making the correct adjustments. Did you see him using his gloves to block? His defense is look at that. Look at that sharp uppercut. His defense is great. He's not someone who just comes in as a bully. People say that and they believe it, but they're not watching the fight. Some people watch what they think they want to see. And that's what I believe Mikey made the mistake of. He saw something and he thought that he can capitalize off it, but didn't really realize that Errol actually makes the adjustments during the fight. Boom, uppercut. Good work. Good look. Straight left. Good work. Got him on the ropes. Got him on the ropes. That's good work. His opponent, you see him not really trying to mix it up and command respect from Errol. You basically see him trying to keep Errol off. That's what I feel. I don't feel like he's actually trying to get in and actually dominate during this sparring match. And I feel like he felt power and understood that he really couldn't. When you're getting hit on your arms, that shit hurts. That was a good shot by him. That shit hurts. But you see him ducking. You see him, look, that hurt. That body shot hurt just now. That hurt. Look, go in and hold. Go in and hold. That's why he went and he held him. That's why he went and he held him. That's why he went and he held him, people. That was good work. You know, I give him all respect. Ashley, all respect due to Ashley. That was good work. But I'm going to tell you something, man. Mikey Garcia doesn't have that same movement. You don't see Mikey going low like that. You don't see that from Mikey. Mikey is not an athletic person. Mikey is not the guy you would pick up and have a one-on-one or a 4-on-4 game of basketball with. That's not Mikey Garcia, you know. He said he missed boxing when he was out of it. You had guys, you know, out here like Errol that was begging individuals to fight him, man. This guy is fucking game, bro. This guy's game, man. Hold on. I want to get into it. I want to get into it. I want to hear from different boxers, different fighters. I want you to hear from their mouths.
Talking about greatness and the best fighting the best. There's a fight that I want to get your thoughts on. Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia. I know that you have sparred Errol Spence in the past, and I know people bring it up.
She is the greatest female boxer of all time. She is the future greatest female boxer of all time. She is currently the best female boxer of all time. Lapdog, we're gonna get into all that. Don't worry about it. You know I'm up for it. I'm up for it.
It's crazy to say, you know, that you sparred him a few years ago. So can you talk to me briefly about that experience and what's Mikey Garcia up against?
Well, I tell you, I was strong as hell. I tried to punch him on the arm. I tried to punch through his guard, and I got nowhere. But I was 17 years old. I'm quite sure I could probably do a little bit better now, but just back then it was like, man, this dude is strong. And he hit me a couple times. He didn't daze me or anything, but I think we sparred 3 rounds. And we did that because I was walking through everybody at the Olympic Training Center, especially the guys. And they're like, we have to put her in there with somebody where she'll actually use her boxing ability. And that person was Errol Spence.
What an experience.
For Mikey Garcia, I got, you know, for both guys, Mikey Garcia is very smart, has a very great IQ. He knows how to fight against tall and short fighters, and he makes great adjustments. Errol Spence is strong. He has just as great an IQ, but he's a lot bigger. And I think that the fight will be great. And now everybody keeps saying, oh, Errol Spence is going to knock out Mike Garcia, or Mike Garcia is going to catch Errol Spence. I don't think so. I think we're looking at a trilogy. I think it's going to be a war first fight. They're going to go, and whichever man has the heart and has the conditioning to go will be the one that wins.
Ben CJ, I have Mikey being stopped by the 10th round.
But with Errol Spence being my Olympic brother, that is who I'm cheering for. All the love for Mikey Garcia in the world, but I'll be cheering for Errol Spence and let the best man win on the night.
Big mega fights. We have someone who you know very, very well, Mikey Garcia, going up 2 divisions, taking on.
But I was a street fighter. I was a kid that.
I want to fast forward past the.
Mayweather considered.
I don't like that
he's the best fighter of this generation.
I don't like that he compared Mikey to Floyd because Mikey is no Floyd Mayweather. And if he's saying that Floyd is the best in this generation, then he would know that Earl actually had, some people say, his way with Floyd during sparring.
Because he beat people with intelligence, not with strength. You know, he knocked out a few people, but more intelligence. You can't touch, you can't hit him. But you can't touch, what you can't see, you can't touch, you can't hit.
He's not Floyd. Mikey Garcia, see, this is the problem that I have. Mikey Garcia gets touched. He's been touched by Adrian Broner. He's been touched by Robert Easter Jr., and those 2 fighters are nowhere near the caliber of Errol Spence Jr. Mikey Garcia has been dropped before. He's been dropped before. And people don't talk about that. That's the thing that people aren't talking about. I've seen Errol Spence get hit with some very hard shots by Carol Brook. I've seen him take a shot, and you seen that the wince, it woke him up. But I didn't see him truly bothered and affected by it. I seen him still coming forward and bringing the action.
So, you're gonna see Mikey be intelligent, but he also packs a punch. Yeah. So. And he's able to do that strength workouts to make him stronger. I'm excited. I'll be there.
What would you tell him? I know you have some experience as a trainer. What would you tell Mikey Garcia?
He's going to speak in Spanish.
Mikey wins a unanimous decision.
He goes to Mikey.
In the Terrence Crawford fight.
Well, Terrence Crawford has this fight with Amir Khan. Errol Spence has a fight with Mikey Garcia. Is the fight between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence a fight that needs to happen pretty soon?
If you want to pick and say, you could say Errol Spence is the best welterweight. You could say, Terrence Crawford is the best welterweight. You could say Keith Thurman is the best. I mean,
right now there's too much. There's just way too much, room for anybody just to be like, oh, this guy's the guy until they fight each other. I know the circumstance. I know how it is. I mean, we basically come from different networks, and it's really hard to make these fights happen. And but like I said, it's the what's up, baby? I got it.
18-year-old Heyman Lee disappeared on January 13th. The suspect is Adnan Syed.
Serial brought new evidence to the case, but it was not going to exonerate him.
Let this rock.
As investigators, we go beyond what law enforcement has already done. I know there are things that don't look good for me.
I'm good. So, with that being said, I would love to see if they can come up and negotiate some kind of deal to be able to make the fight happen. But it's far from unlikely, honestly. It's far from unlikely. I'm serious.
Mikey Garcia is moving up 2 weight classes. I mean, when fighters move up 1 weight class, it's some adjustment that needs to be done. Now, moving up 2, how much of an adjustment is it for Mikey Garcia to fight Errol Spence? The moving up 2 weight classes, the adjustment he has to make in moving up 2 weight classes.
That's tough. I mean, that's tough moving up 2 weight classes. It's a real good paycheck for Mikey Garcia, but Mikey Garcia, I believe, sees something. He's talented enough. He's a 6-time world champion. A 5-time world champion, whatever it is, which one it is. But he wants to be great in the sport. So everybody was afraid. Well, not Terrence Crawford to fight against Errol Spence. So guess what? He said, "Hey, I'll fight him. I see some weakness that I can exploit. Why not?" And he's gonna be fighting at Cowboy Stadium. Down in Dallas, and he's gonna have an opportunity to show us what he's talking about. So I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think early on, I think he'll have some success. But I say that weight, man. When I went from 140 to 147, that 7-pound gap.
I was telling y'all before when I came up in weight to 204 pounds, heavyweight, solid, no fat boy shit. To come down, of course, I moved down to 180, 160. I played different, middleweight classes, but I went down to 135, people. Now I'm back up to 147. But the one thing I learned from all of this is that I did not lose the power from being 204. I've always was a big kid. I always had size to me. I'm definitely going to be watching it. I don't have to pay to watch it though, Ben. And the one thing I learned is that I kept the power. I kept the ability to put opponents down, to shock them when I hit them because they didn't really realize how much power I was packing. All right, now when you're moving up in weight, okay, it's a difference. There's a difference in bringing that power up with you. Mikey did not hurt Adrian Broner. He just didn't. He did not hurt Adrian Broner. He never did. He never even really hurt Robert Easter Jr., even though he fucked Robert Easter Jr.'s face up. I mean, the kid had knots all over the place. He even made jokes about it. But he didn't stop Robert Easter Jr. He didn't knock out Robert Easter Jr. Okay? He didn't do it. He didn't do it at those weight classes. And Adrian Broner is a tough motherfucker, man. I mean, you seen Pacquiao hitting him and getting some good shots in, and it didn't stop Adrian Broner either. So when I tell you that the reports is that he got knocked out by Errol Spence Jr., and that's years ago. And then Adrian Broner tells you that he doesn't believe Mikey's going to get past the 4th round. Oh, that's some dangerous shit, people. That's just dangerous, man. Ben, CJ, I have friends in good places that's going to make sure that I'm able to watch the fight, so I'll be able to watch it. This is some serious shit, man. This is some serious shit. Listen.
Punches were a lot harder. These guys were a lot smarter. And you fighting the cream of the crop now. You fighting the top dog at welterweight, which is Errol Spence, who's strong, physically strong. Now, Mikey can keep his power up from the lightweights and moving up. And he can do some damage. But, man, like I said, that weight, it's going to take a toll in the later rounds. If Mikey can't get him up out of there or hurt him.
Your prediction for that fight?
My prediction is that Spence should win that fight. If Spence doesn't stop him, then Spence will win. A decision.
Another mega.
Okay, now that was by future Hall of Famer telling you that Spencer's either going to stop him or Spencer's going to win by decision. I hate when they do this sucker shit. Spence will win by decision or Spence will win by stoppage, people.
That were announced today. I mean, we can't even go through all of them, but let's talk about one of the hot ones, Fox pay-per-view, with Mikey Garcia moving up to 147 to fight Errol Spence. What are your thoughts?
We just had a commercial. What type of whole shit is this?
Fight.
That's a big move, and you have to, give props to a guy that's willing to come up 2 weight classes and fight. Not only fight a guy bigger than him, a guy that's considered the boogeyman at his weight class. And nobody else wants to fight Errol at 47. That's what it's seeming like. So for this guy to come up and do it, you have to get major props to him. You got to get major props to Errol to getting up for this fight also. So I just hope to see a great fight through both of them. They're both pound for pound greats, and I think it's going to be an awesome fight.
That fight. We were also mentioning Errol Spence, who will be taking on another Mexican fighter in Mikey Garcia. Mikey moving up to 147 to take on that big challenge. How do you see that fight? Do you see it as close as some people see it, or some others just have that too big of a challenge for Mikey and have Errol winning? How do you see it?
Well, I believe maybe anything is possible. I don't believe in everything's possible. I mean, Errol Spence, another human being, is not God. You know what I mean? I always think about that. Mikey Garcia is very talented. He's a strong fighter. The only issue I see against Mike is the size. Other than that, Mike is talented, and he's hungry and very confident. But like I said, the biggest challenge for him is the strength, the size of Errol Spence, and he's very, very talented too. But the biggest problem is the size, like everybody says. But I don't know. Mike is a great fighter. I never know.
If the size is the biggest problem for Mikey against Spence, what does Mikey have to do to beat him?
Well, I mean, focus on his technique, be smart, not try to look for the knockout. I mean, if the knockout comes, it's going to come. If he try to look for the knockout, he's going to expose himself to get caught, you know what I mean? That's what I believe. He just got to stay on his believe in his abilities, and focus on that, you know what I mean? And he's a very strong fighter too, you never know. It might hurt him, and you never know, but Mikey have the skills,
Garcia, just want to get your thoughts on the big fight and coming up next week.
We have, of course,
Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia. How do you see
that
fight
Mikey
going down?
If anyone can do it, Mikey can do it. But Errol's an uphill battle. Uphill battle. I told Mikey myself, if he wins, I'll be surprised. But I'm going for him. I'm rooting for him. But again, it's gonna be a hard fight for Mikey.
We can't wait. Thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you. I know it's freezing here. I know we gotta go work.
I'm getting more punchy because I can't talk.
Thanks for your time.
Now I want to go to some boxers, current boxers, people that are boxing, that's been in the gym, that's watched them both box, that's seen them both box. And I want you to get the consensus of what it is people believe is going to happen. Because it's the same thing I'm seeing myself, people. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. I like Mikey Garcia. Listen to me. He gets all the respect due because there are people, everyone in Errol's division didn't want to fight him. They were ducking him. They were making excuses. They were trying to get other matches and other fights. But I believe that between Leonard Ellaby and Jeff Mayweather, just the experience alone with these two people, I believe that it's gonna show improve. His
Errol Spence all day. I think Errol Spence is a little bit too big for him, and he's too strong. I like what Mikey Garcia did with Broner.
but Errol is a little bit too strong, and Errol is more like he's aggressive.
Yeah.
And Garcia will be aggressive after he feels like he got you. Errol is gonna be aggressive the whole time. You feel me? So
Now,
I
see
think
that?
Errol Spence. That's
Now, that's something that people aren't really checking and saying, and talking about. It could be. I don't know. I don't know. But you see what he just said that. See, Mikey becomes aggressive when he feels that he has you. But Mikey isn't aggressive off the rip. He's not going to be aggressive when he first comes out in round one. And I'm telling you, what's going to happen is this, people. He's going to get touched to the body during the first rounds, and he's going to feel some pain. And he's going to look up at the clock, and he's going to realize that there is 11 more rounds of this shit coming. He's going to be hit on the arms, here, and here, and here, and here. And those blows, even though your hands is up like this and you're guarding your face, those blows still hit your head because your hands in the gloves are putting, and they're hitting you in the head as well. So even though I call them partial blocks. Because when you have your guard up high like this and your hands are to your face to try to block as much as you can, you still are hitting yourself. You may be taking away the impact. And I get it. But you're still feeling those blows, people. That shit fucking hurts. This is not a game. Boxing is not a sport where people, where people are walking out of this and no one is hurt. Earl's going to be in some pain too, especially when he gets hit in the arm and stuff like that. But I don't see Mikey stopping Errol Spence or having that stopping power. Mikey becomes aggressive after he sees that he's hurt you, he's got you. And Errol, even if you think that you've seen him hurt and you think you have him hurt, Errol keeps coming at you. The biggest welterweight in the division, which was Kell Brook, and I had Kell Brook beating everyone in the division except for Errol Spence. So let me explain to you why. He was fucking Triple G up until that stoppage, people. That's what I'm telling you. The skills. He was touching Triple G. He was hurting Triple G. Shit. Who knows if he didn't have that happen to him, if it would have went to a decision, if he could have just kept boxing and moving and using his boxing ability on Triple G, who knows if Triple G would have still had the belts. This is what I'm saying. Kell Brook is a world-class fighter. But you know what? 2 fractured ribs and a broken eye socket, orbital bone, has made him not want to fight Errol Spence Jr. again. Anyone who watches boxing, you know when someone loses, a champion loses, there's always a mandatory clause in the fight. Okay? That's first and foremost. And any true champion is going to want their belt back. They're going to want to fight the people that they took the loss to. Just look at Danny Swift Garcia. He said after he wins this fight, he wants to be able to fight Sean Porter and or Keith Thurman again because he feels like he can beat those individuals. You see how he's asking for those fights again. He's asking for those fights again. And he's vocal about wanting to fight either or again. Of course, he's not looking for Spence. I don't think he wants to look for Spence. To be honest with you, I don't think that he wants to get knocked out. I think that's what's really real with the situation. I mean, shit, I don't want to get into a boxing match knowing that the next fucking reel you're going to see of me, I'm fucking knocked the fuck out on my fucking back. You know, that's just no fighter wants to see that. So you try not to think about it going in. But these individuals are well aware of the stopping power that Errol Spence Jr. has. They do. He's not someone who's just going to come forward. He's someone that comes forward controlling the distance. He's someone that comes forward controlling the distance with a great jab. A great jab. His fundamentals in boxing are we haven't seen this in a very long time, people. We haven't seen it in a very long time. Mikey is a sound fighter. He is a great fighter, but Mikey Garcia is not an elite fighter. If you've seen the past show I had where I showed his list of the people he fought, he has fought no one that is elite, people. No one. He's fought no one elite, people. And Mikey Garcia has been dropped before by lesser talent. Okay, we know that it happened a long time ago, and Mikey's better now than he was before. But the simple fact that Mikey has touched the canvas shows you that Mikey can be dropped, people. He can be dropped, people. Okay, I mean, anyone can get dropped in boxing, but we know Mikey can be dropped. We've seen him drop before. We've seen Mikey drop before. Of course, he won that fight, so kudos to him for that.
A man too.
Man, another one for Spence.
Yeah.
Welterweight championship on the world of the world on the line. It's a super fight.
Now, mind you, most of these people have been in the gym, watched Errol Spence work, and watched him spar Floyd. This is the doghouse we're talking about.
Dare to be great, I guess the title of it's right around the corner. Errol Spence defends his championship against Mikey Garcia. Amir, I'm going to start with you. Who you got?
Logic will tell you, and statistics will tell you that you have to go with Errol Spence because of the size and everything, but you can't count Mikey Garcia out. That's going to be such a great fight. Kudos to Mikey Garcia. I still have to go to Errol Spence, though.
Eddie, who you got?
I got to go with Errol Spence. I mean, he's been a human wrecking ball.
He's a beast.
I got to go with him. He got the power, he got the determination, and he got everything. I can't see nobody beating him.
Stephen Andrews, who you got?
Mikey Garcia.
Why?
Because speed, knowledge, he got more fights than Errol Spence, and he ain't really fight nobody.
He said he ain't really fight nobody. That's a lie. That's his lie. I mean, who the fuck is Lamont Peterson then? I got Lamont Peterson beating Mikey Garcia. I do. I have Lamont Peterson beating Mikey Garcia by points, outboxing him. I believe Lamont Peterson has better footwork than him. I've seen Lamont Peterson getting some good shots off on Errol Spence Jr. in the earlier rounds, and I haven't really seen anyone getting that off on him.
When Kell Brooks was coming down the weight, and Chris Algeria, Mikey Garcia got this fight.
He's a little hot right now. I'm gonna give you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give you the real. He's talking out his head. Errol Spence by stoppage, 6th round, no more. Mikey Garcia too little. Errol Spence gonna stop his ass in the 6th round. He gonna stop Mikey Garcia in the 6th round. It's too much power. It's too much. Errol Spence is dangerous with anybody. That Texas Dallas monster animal. He's from. Listen, Errol Spence, right? I was in training camp with him. You literally got to shoot him to put him down.
This is what I'm telling you, people.
I know that. I see him knock out, and this from Mama. I see him knock out Adrian Broner when Broner was 130. And before Broner was Broner now, when he was champ of the world, Errol Spence clipped him.
All right, hold on, because people asked me to hold up and look at that in the background. Yeah, I see that.
And that's real. I seen it with my own eyes. I was there. We was all up in Colorado Springs together at the Olympic Training Center. That boy Errol Spence is dangerous. And I ain't lying to y'all. I don't know about what Mikey Garcia gonna bring. I don't know about what nobody else gonna bring, but he's dangerous. Errol Spence is dangerous.
Well, in Steve's defense, he's at the West Coast weed. It's the West Coast bud. Yeah.
Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia.
What a fight. I look forward to seeing that fight. Mikey Garcia really has me intrigued. I love the heart. I love the challenge. I love that he's willing to step up and fight the boogeyman of the welterweight division. I love all of that. But I got to go with Errol Spence until he's dethroned. He has the power. He has the conditioning. He has the youth. He has the confidence. And I don't know how Mikey's going to be able to overcome that. But Mikey has a chance. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight, but I got to go with Errol Spence. I'm going to go 12-round decision, not by knockout, though.
That was kind of him. I'm going by stoppage.
It's a good fight. I see Spence winning.
Now, this is a Latino brother who's not going with him because he's Mexicano or because he's Latin. Because this is the shit I don't like. This is the shit that I feel like fucks up the sport and how all of us as ethnic groups, how we miss the opportunity to actually just be honest and open with each other. You can like him. You can root for him because he's Mexican. Now that I can't tell you. I can't tell you as a Mexican don't root for another Mexican. But I'm saying as a Mexican, as a Latino, you can't come out and say you believe he's going to win because he's Latino. That's just some dumb shit, people. That's just some dumb shit, people. It's dumb. Mikey Garcia has no one on his record. No one on his record that's as skilled as Kell Brook or Lamont Peterson. No one. No one whatsoever. he did fuck up Robert Easter Jr., but in all actuality, Robert Easter Jr. did not look good in his last outing before the fight with Mikey Garcia. And people argue that he didn't even win that fight. They gave him the fight so they can make the Mikey Garcia fight happen. Now, that's what I'm going to tell you. That's the truth. That's how I feel about it, too. I love Robert Easter Jr., great fighter. Good fighter. But I knew he wasn't going to beat Mikey Garcia.
I know. Garcia's a good fighter at maybe 35. He went up to 40. I don't think he carried enough power with him at 140.
There you go.
He's going up to 47 to fight a naturally big fighter. Spence probably 180s. He's real big. So, a great big fighter always beats a great small fighter. So I'm gonna take Spence, probably maybe even late stoppage.
Oh, Spence, Mikey Garcia.
I said this before. This is going to be my repeated answer for this fight. My heart. Well, actually, I'll start with my brain. My extensive knowledge that I have of boxing in this brain is going with Errol Spence by knockout, but my heart is with Errol Spence by technical knockout, somewhere in the middle rounds.
His heart and brain is all fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Errol Spence. I like Errol Spence. I like Mike Garcia too. I like both their styles. But Errol's the bigger, stronger. He's in his prime. They're both in their prime, but he's just a bigger, stronger, and he's better. The bigger guy, the bigger, better guy. The bigger, great guy normally beats the littler, great guy. The smaller, great guy. So, I'm rocking with Errol Spence, man.
All right, we're here with Jeff Mayweather. Predictions for this week or this weekend. Who do you have? Spence?
I'm going with Spence.
Why?
I think that he's bigger, stronger, and I think that, in all honesty, I think that even if Garcia was at his weight, I think that Spence would still beat him. I admire Garcia for taking the fight. Very courageous, and is a great champion. But I just think that Errol is a beast, and I think that he's going to dominate the fight.
Okay, Spence.
What's going on, Money Made, chat?
What's happening, man? Ain't no money made. I'm broke, man.
It's gonna go for Mikey.
Okay. Upcoming fight.
Yes, sir.
It's here now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we're talking about?
Pretty much know what you're talking about.
What I'm talking about then?
It's good to hear it before
I guess
we
it
say
is good to hear it. You guys don't know. Spence Garcia.
Right.
Right.
I know. Listen, everybody always pick Spence just because his weight class. He's heavier. He's got more power than Garcia. For me, I think Garcia gonna outbox him, and just do his thing. Speed wise, is gonna outmaneuver anything that Spence bring to the table. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you going with Garcia?
I'm going with Garcia.
This dude right here racist. See that?
I'm going.
Racist.
Oh man, you know what I'm saying? I love Texas. You know what I'm saying? I love.
I love Texas. Okay, upcoming fight. It's almost here now. Spence Garcia.
I think I got Spence because of the size difference. And he's been more active. Mikey just blew on the scene in last year.
Right.
They're just blowing him up.
Okay.
Spence. I'll go with Spence because of technical skills.
See that? He didn't even say
First
size.
of all, he gonna control the fight with his jab.
I told you.
Long, short, 6-inch shots. He gonna control the fight.
Told you.
And when Garcia comes in, Spence going to that body. Spence is to me is a good technical fighter as an angle fighter. Now what Garcia needs to do is apply
I ain't say, motherfucker, give me the whole goddamn career, motherfucker. Just tell me what the fuck, who gonna win?
Well, my thing is Spence.
Okay, Spence. Let's see if you're a real boxing man. Or you just working in a boxing gym. Okay.
Well,
Upcoming
if I
fight.
don't answer right, that's because you
Steve is a
talking.
trainer.
Okay, well.
And a damn good
Let
one.
me, you know you're getting it wrong. Okay. Upcoming fight.
Okay.
Spence, Garcia.
Spence.
Why?
I think he's a little bit more of a power puncher. He's more aggressive. I'm not taking nothing away from who is that? Garcia.
Garcia, yeah.
Garcia. Hopefully he'll do the job and don't run out. But you know, Earl like to go to that body, and once you start hitting that body, you know everything else is
fails.
A wrap. And I don't think he moved up a little too fast.
Okay.
My predictions for this fight. Mikey Garcia will be stopped. And if it's not stopped by the 10th round, it'll be stopped before the 10th round. I believe Mikey Garcia has big fucking balls. And I commend him for taking the fight, for asking for the fight. I mean, anything can happen. I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll do another show and I'll come in here and I'll say all respect due to Mikey. He is currently the best. He beat the best out there if he does win. And I mean really win. I'm not talking about it goes to the decision after he gets fucked up and they steal it from Spence and give it to Mikey. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about, because we know in boxing there's tons of fucking highway robberies and it happens. Both of them is great guys outside the ring. I love the Garcia's family. I love the legacy that they put out there. But I don't believe that Mikey has the skill and or the power to defeat Errol Spence Jr. I believe that Mikey likes to fight on the outside. He does not like to fight in close quarters. I believe that Errol will control the fight, the distance with his jab. He will establish that early on. And when he wants to and he feels like it, he will go to that body. And Mikey Garcia will feel all types of pain that he hasn't felt before. He is in for a war. And I believe that the towel will be thrown in. I don't know. I don't think that he's going to get knocked out. I think he's going to get stopped. I think that either the referee will stop it or his corner will stop it. That's what I believe. I don't believe that he's going to get knocked out cold. That I give you, Mikey. I give you the fact that you have a great chin. But I do see you getting dropped. That I do see. And I do see you getting stopped. I see either the referee getting in to stop this fight or your family throwing in the towel on you. More than likely, they're going to let the ref stop the fight because it's more embarrassing when your corner throws that towel in on you and they say no mas. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. This is going to be a great fight tonight. Please make sure that you tune in. You go into pay-per-view, you buy it. It's on Fox pay-per-view. There's a heavyweight bout that happens beforehand on PBC, which is free. And it'll get you fight fans entertained and ready to go. Let's support both these individuals because by us purchasing the fight, both individuals make money from it. And at the end of the day, they're being paid for this. So there's truly no loss in this situation aside from a record in your boxing career. I just hope that Mikey isn't hurt to the point where he cannot perform to the level that he's performed to in the past. But you can get hurt real bad inside this boxing arena, and you can get fucked up so bad that you're absolutely never the same fighter again. That's what I'm going to tell you. Shout out to everybody for everyone's gonna hope everyone cashes in tonight on that. This is just a good fight. It's a great fight for boxing. But this is more so a great coming out for Errol Spence Jr. Listen, let me show you what he said again, man. You're gonna go on his Instagram. This is his verified Instagram account. This is what he said. I believe he means it. I believe Errol means everything that he said. I think he wants to fight so bad. Look, I'm gonna fuck him up. Watch. One more time. Now, you haven't heard Errol say this about none of his opponents, even though he knew he was going to win. Even though he said, I'm going to win, I'm going to beat him, I'm going to dominate. Watch. I'm going to fuck him up. Watch. I think Mikey thinks he's sweet, and I believe that Errol wants to wipe that smile off his face. Errol is not Robert Easter Jr. Errol is not Adrian Broner, and Errol is going to stop Mikey Garcia. Shout out to everybody for tuning in. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. You will see me. You will see me. You will see me you'll see me talk about this tomorrow, because I have a show tomorrow to do. So I'll talk about the winner in this. I'll talk about sorry y'all, we switching so many sets, it's crazy. I'll talk about the winner in this, and we'll discuss some things that happened during the fight. But tomorrow is church on Sunday, so we'll be talking about the fight after we get the show finished and done. Tomorrow we're going to talk about a lot that's going on. The shooting that happened, how they're trying to blame conservatives for it, and how the media doesn't cover anything that pertains to the wrongdoing of Muslims, and how they are definitely killing Christians, how they're enslaving blacks. We're going to talk about a lot. We have a lot of things to talk about and discuss tomorrow, so make sure you guys tune in. Tomorrow's show will be 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. 2:30 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in. We will have the update to let you guys know hours ahead of time what time the show will start. But thank you for everybody for tuning in. It's appreciated. And YouTube, suck my dick for always censoring my channel. How about that?